Welcome to the official channel for Sheikh Hamdan's fans. We're excited to share the latest updates on Sheikh Hamdan and the royal family. Recently, Sheikh Hamdan shared a romantic poem on Instagram for Shama al-Falsi. Today, we're thrilled to share the English translation of the poem with you. Now, let me take you back to an unforgettable day when my dad met my girlfriend of 8 months. As she stepped into our home, a remarkable transformation took place. My father, once a pillar of reserve, melted into a warm and affable host. The catalyst for this change? A humble homemade apple pie, crafted with love and infused with the nostalgia of my grandmother's recipe. As the aromas wafted through the air, my father's demeanor softened, and he surrendered to the joy of shared memories. His eyes sparkled as he recounted tales of his own mother's baking, the same pie that had brought our little gathering to life. Time stood still as they discovered common ground in the timeless melodies of classic rock and the twists of mystery novels. I watched, enchanted, as their connection blossomed, leaving me to marvel at the beauty of this serendipitous moment. The evening's most poignant moment arrived as my girlfriend prepared to leave. My father, notorious for his reserve, surprised us both with a warm, genuine hug. He then extended an invitation for her to join us for Sunday dinner the following week, a gesture that spoke volumes about the connection they'd forged. Reflecting on that unforgettable evening, it became clear that sometimes, life's most unexpected moments can be the most profound. Witnessing the instant bond between my girlfriend and my father was a testament to the power of human connection. It was then that I knew, without a doubt, that I had found someone truly remarkable. As he sat in the car, parked outside the childhood home he thought he'd left behind, his emotions threatened to overwhelm him. His grip on the steering wheel tightened, his knuckles bleached of color, as the weight of memories and unresolved emotions hung in the air like a challenge. His heart thrummed like a broken mirror, his stomach coiled with anxiety. The weight of this moment hung heavy, an introduction that would shatter the status quo. His father, the patriarch who had shaped his life's narrative, awaited inside, armed with expectations and opinions that could either uplift or devastate. Beside him, she radiated calm, her gentle touch on his knee a soothing balm. "Hey, it's going to be okay," she whispered, her confidence a beacon in the face of uncertainty. He turned to her, his breath catching in his throat. She seemed oblivious to the impending storm, her smile reassuring promise. He lied, "Yeah, fine," but his gut screamed otherwise. He knew his father, a man forged from tradition, unyielding convictions, and a sharp tongue that could cut down anyone who dared defy him. This encounter would not be fine. It would be a clash of wills, a test of love and acceptance. With a deep breath, he steeled himself, grasping the door handle like a lifeline. There was no retreat now. As they stepped into the unknown, she squeezed his hand, her smile a steady heartbeat of reassurance. But he knew the truth. His father was a force to be reckoned with, a man who would not hesitate to speak his mind, consequences be damned. As they approached the entrance, the front door swung open with an air of anticipation. His father stood framed in the doorway, arms crossed, his expression a tribute in neutrality. His piercing gaze swept over them, lingering on her for a fraction of a second longer than necessary. "Here we go," he muttered, his voice a studied calm, as he stepped aside to let them in. His father's tone was clipped, a hint of frost beneath the surface. "This is..." He didn't finish the introduction. His gaze locked on her with an intensity that made her smile falter for a heartbeat. But she recovered swiftly, her polite smile never wavering as she glided into the dining room. The air was heavy with unspoken tension, the table set for three like a stage waiting for the drama to unfold. A palpable tension settled over the table, like a challenge waiting to be met. His father's eyes narrowed, his gaze piercing as he leaned back in his chair. The polite facade crumbled, revealing a harder, more unyielding demeanor. "So, tell me," his father said, his voice dripping with a subtle menace. "What is it about my son that's captured your attention?" The question seemed innocuous on the surface, but he knew better. This was a gauntlet thrown, a test of her mettle. Before he could intervene, she responded, her voice steady and calm. "What do I see in your son?" she repeated, a hint of a smile playing on her lips. "That's easy. I see a man who embodies kindness, loyalty, and strength," she began, her words dripping with conviction. "Someone who listens with intention, who encourages me to be my best self, and stands by me through life's challenges." Her gaze locked onto his father's, a spark of defiance flickering within. His father's expression remained impassive, but a flicker of surprise danced in his eyes before vanishing. She pressed on, her voice unwavering. "I see someone who has risen above the weight of expectations, forging his own path. I see a man who deserves to be loved for who he is, not for who others think he should be." He was transfixed, his breath suspended in awe. No one had ever dared to address his father with such unwavering candor. The room hung in stunned silence, as if the very air was electrified. For the first time, his father seemed at a loss, his usual composure ruffled. His jaw clenched, his eyes narrowing into piercing slits as he searched for a chink in her armor. But she stood firm, her gaze unwavering, a testament to her unshakable conviction. The tension was palpable, a living, breathing entity that pulsed with anticipation. Time itself seemed to stretch and compress, the seconds ticking by with agonizing slowness. And then, finally, his father broke the silence. As the evening unfolded, a subtle shift in dynamics took place. His father, once a formidable figure, seemed to relax in her presence. A hint of a smile played on his lips as he set his glass down, his eyes crinkling at the corners. "You're a force to be reckoned with," he said, his voice low and smooth, like a warm breeze on a summer evening. "I'll give you that." He turned to find his father standing beside him, a drink held out in a gesture of camaraderie. "She's a force of nature," his father said, a hint of a smile playing on his lips as he watched her laugh with a group of guests. He raised an eyebrow, accepting the drink from his father. "Looks like I finally made a good choice," he said, a wry smile spreading across his face. His father snorted, a low, amused sound. "She made the good choice," he corrected, his eyes glinting with a newfound appreciation for the woman who had captured his